Hello students, welcome to the video of 7th General Science. We have started chapter number 7, Motion, Force and Work. Today we are going to discuss about the exercise of this chapter. So let's start. The first question is fill in the blanks with the proper words from the bracket. The first blank is if a body traverses a distance in direct proportion to the time, the speed of the body is. So if the body is moved according to the time, if time increases then speed also increases, then the speed of the body is constant. Now let's see the second blank. The second statement is given if a body is moving with a constant velocity, its acceleration is. We know that the acceleration is the change in velocity, and if velocity doesn't change, then the acceleration of the body is 0. So the answer of this statement is 0. Now the third blank is given is a scalar quantity. So you know that the scalar quantity which have magnitude only and not direction. So we know that the quantity which have magnitude only is the speed. From the given option, the speed is a scalar quantity. Now next is the blank is the distance traversed by a body in particular direction in unit time. We know that when direction is specified, we can call it the velocity. So velocity is the distance traversed by a body in particular direction. Next question is observe the figure and answer the questions. A figure is given and you have to observe it and answer the given questions. So the first question is asked whether what is the distance covered by Sachin and the Samir. So you can say that they move from A to B, then from B to C, then from C to D, and then from D to E. So the total distance covered by them is 3 km plus 4 km plus 5 km plus 3 km, which is 15 kilometers. So Samir and Sachin covered the distance of 15 kilometers. Now what is the displacement they cover? So displacement, we know that it is the minimum distance between starting point and end point. So A is the starting point and E is the end point, and the distance between these 2 points is the straight line. So what is the displacement? 3 km plus 3 km plus 3 km. So the displacement is 9 km and distance covered is 15 km. Now what is the speed? We know the formula of the speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. What is the distance? They cover the distance of 15 km and time is 1 hour. So their speed is 15 km per hour. This is the speed. Now next question is asked what is the velocity? Now formula for the velocity, v is equal to displacement upon time. What is the displacement? 9 km and time taken is 1 hour. So their velocity is 9 km per hour. Next question is can we call this velocity as a average velocity? So answer is yes, we can call this velocity as a average velocity. Question number 3 from the group B and C, choose the proper word for each word in group A. So quantity and their units in MKS and CGS system A are given. So we know that work has the unit joule and in CGS system it is the arc. Force has the unit Newton, and in CGS system it is Dyn, and displacement has the unit in MKS system meter, and in CGS system it is centimeter. Now next question 4 is a bird sitting on a wire flies circle around and comes back to its perch. Explain the total distance it travels during its flight and eventual the displacement. Now consider that bird is sitting here and it flies and circle around. So travels in a circular path. So suppose this is the radius of this circle, then this is the total. This round shape is the total distance covered by a bird. So that's why circumference of this circle, we have the formula 2 into pi into r. So this is the total distance covered by the bird during its flight, and we know that starting point and the end point are the same. Suppose it start from the end, and after the circular path it comes to A again. So that's why the minimum distance between starting point and end point is 0. That's why its displacement is equal to 0. Next question is explain the following concept in your own word with the everyday examples. Means you have to explain the given terms in your own words, and the examples must be around yours, which we use in everyday life. Suppose force means pushing something set in motion, we called it the force. What is the examples of force? We pull the doors, we push something weight, we lift something, I lift the weight. So these are the examples of forces. So you have to explain the each and every term in your own words. Next, a ball is rolling from A to D on a flat and smooth surface. Its speed is 2 cm per second. On reaching B, it was pushed continuously up to C. On reaching D from C, its speed has become 4 cm per second. It took 2 seconds for it to go from A to C. What is the acceleration of the ball as it go from B to C? So let's see the example. So firstly, the velocity speed of this ball from A to B is 2 cm per second, and from B it start to push in the direction D, and at D it become 4 cm per second. So we have to find out what is the acceleration. So acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time for the velocity. So what is the change? It become 4 and initial was 2, and it takes 2 seconds. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 upon 2 is equal to 1 meter per second square is the velocity, is the acceleration of the ball. Examples are given. A force of 1000 Newton was applied to stop a car that was moving with a constant velocity. The car stopped after moving through 10 meters. How much is the work done? We know that work done is equal to force into displacement. Yes, here is the displacement. So if we find out the work done, then we need force and the displacement. So force is given is 1000 Newton, and the displacement is given 10 meter. So 10,000 into 10 is equal to 10,000 joule. So work done to stop the car is 10,000 joule. Second question example is given. A cart with the mass 20 kilogram went 50 meter in a straight line on a plain and smooth road when the force of 2 Newton applied to it. How much work was done by the force? So again we know the formula to find the work. Work is equal to force into displacement. W is equal to F into S. Now force is given, which is 2 Newton, and the displacement is given 50 meter. So if we multiply 50 into 2, the work done, total work done here is the 100 joule.